There are emotions we try to escape, and then there are emotions we quietly return to. Not because we don't know how to let go, not because we enjoy suffering, but because, in some strange and deeply human way, they feel like home. We rarely talk about this. We talk about healing, about growth, about moving on. We are told to release what hurts us, to outgrow what weighs us down. And yet, if we are honest, truly honest, there are feelings we protect. We revisit them. We sit with them longer than we need to. We carry them, even when we could put them down. So the question is not just, why do we feel pain? But something quieter, more unsettling. Why do we keep certain pain? Emotional attachment. Not all emotions are accidental. Some are chosen, not consciously, not in a deliberate, logical way, but through repetition, through familiarity, through meaning. An emotion experienced once may pass, but an emotion revisited becomes something else. It becomes part of your internal architecture. Think about nostalgia. It is not just memory. It is memory softened by time, edited, curated, protected. Even when it carries sadness, we return to it. Because within that sadness, there's something stable, something known. The past does not surprise you. It does not demand anything from you. It simply exists, waiting for you to feel it again. And so we keep it. Identity and emotion. Some emotions stay because they begin to define us. You are not just someone who feels melancholy. You become someone who is melancholic. You are not just someone who experienced loss. You become someone shaped by it. There is a subtle shift that happens. Emotion becomes identity. And once that happens, letting go feels complicated. Because you are no longer releasing just a feeling. You are releasing a version of yourself. Who are you without that sadness? Who are you without that longing? Sometimes we don't have an answer. And so we keep the emotion, not because it serves us, but because it tells us who we are. The safety of familiar pain. There is a paradox at the center of this. Pain can feel safe. Not all pain, but familiar pain. Pain you understand. Pain you can predict. Pain that does not change. Uncertainty is often more uncomfortable than sadness. A known heaviness can feel more stable than an unknown lightness. Because happiness, peace, growth, they require movement. They require stepping into something undefined. But sadness can be still. And in that stillness, there's a kind of rest. Not healing, but pause. And sometimes, pause is enough. Emotional control. There is also control. Certain emotions give us a sense of control over our inner world. If you choose when to revisit a memory, when to feel a certain sadness, it becomes something you can manage. It is no longer chaos. It is something structured, almost intentional. You create environments for it. Music, silence, late nights, certain thoughts. You return to it, not as a victim, but as a participant. And that changes everything. Because chosen emotion feels different from imposed emotion, even if it hurts. the beauty in it. We don't like to admit this, but some emotions are beautiful. Melancholy, in particular, has a quiet aesthetic to it. It softens the world. It slows time. It makes ordinary moments feel meaningful. There is depth in it, a kind of emotional richness that brighter feelings don't always carry. Happiness can be loud, fleeting, overwhelming. But sadness, gentle sadness, can be quiet, layered, almost poetic. And so we keep it. Not because we are broken, but because we recognize something in it, something that feels true. In the end, we are all curators of our inner world. We decide, quietly, subtly, what stays and what fades. Some emotions leave on their own, others wait for permission, and some we hold on to, not because we have to, but because for a time they feel like they belong. So maybe the question is not whether you should let go. Maybe the question is simpler, more honest. What are you still choosing to keep, and why?